Yeah.
Here he
Yeah.
is. Hello, Jeff.
Hello. Oh man, this technology is amazing. We got all kinds of things going.
Yeah. Like
Well
an
done.
octopus.
Yes. So good to see you guys. Familia.
And now we're here live also in YouTube. Hello, family of YouTube. We are here with Jeff sharing ceremony and community theme. How are you, Jeff?
I'm super. I'm learning where to look, and I'm gonna look here. Instagrammers are gonna get my eye contact. I'm really happy to be with you guys. It's really cool that we have this bridge of technology that can bring us together. And I'm looking forward to the next time we can be in person and hug each other and be connected when I come back to Monterrey.
Of course.
Hopefully, yes. October.
So Jeff, let's go right into it because we have less time now. So what can you share with us? What is your community ceremonial experience?
Like what has been your ceremonial path?
Ceremonial path. Well, it started with you, brother, when we did mandala and shamanism training in India with the yoga people. And dude, this is going to take, I'm going to go for it. It's just so much is coming up because one of the really beautiful things about following my heart, like really trusting and allowing myself to be guided and trying new things, is I find myself in spaces that I think I'm there for one thing. And then I realize it's like a completely another thing that I'm there. And for me, that was the ceremony and that was the shamanism. I am and was a yoga teacher looking to continue my path with yoga and get more hours and credentials as a yoga teacher. So I'm doing this training in India. That's where we met. And I'm like, yoga and shamanism. Okay, I gave very little extra thought to shamanism. I was like, I'm going to get the yoga certification. And it was the temazcal, it was the dance, it was cacao, all of that stuff that lit me up. And that has been the recurring theme is I'll find myself in spaces and it's the ceremony that I was attracted to, like subconsciously. Now I'm conscious of it and I'm consciously going for it and finding it. And it was an honest accident that I'm so grateful that life brought to me.
Wow, beautiful. That's so beautiful. Yes. That's so interesting. Yesterday we were talking about something like this because I have found myself in places like sometimes really weird places when I look at it because my heart is leading me to it, and I feel actually one time in Thailand, like we were like, should we go walking through there, like in the jungle or not? We were like in this place and, my head was like, no, no, don't go there. Like, what are you doing? And all of these things. But my heart, I felt like my chest was just going there,
Yes.
So we went there. It's a long story because it went like 5-hour walk. We were coming back in the dark in the jungle, whatever. I still like kind of don't understand with my mind why my heart was leading me there. But at the same time, I know why. And, it's like a lot of things I've been observing like this, like, why am I here? What am I doing here? But my heart is like all happy, irradiating, like, yes, I want to be here.
Yes.
Yeah.
So from there, I remember we finished the training and I think you told me like, hey, I want to do this. I want to know more about cacao. I want to share cacao. And I think you were the first person who started sharing cacao, because that was one of my first ceremonies as well, like giving ceremony, not leading cacao ceremony. That was,
You're such a legend.
From there on, I remember that you went directly for it, like coming out. And since then, how has it been? How has been the path? Because I believe that's why we chose community as a theme for you, because I believe you created community worldwide, thanks to this.
It is in the same through line of that following my heart and trusting that I have been able to be connected with some amazing communities around the world, amazing communities. And the cacao ceremony I experienced with you, the very first one, was so transformational because I really got the medicine of unconditional love and the feeling and the experience of that I can remember it very viscerally in my body. And I can even remember the visualization of what is really unconditional love showing itself to me. And it touched me so deeply. And it was also the being in a circle that is so profound for me, is to be in a circle and to share an experience with others. And I felt that the medicine of cacao was so accessible and so able to be shared in a way that whoever I was at the time am able to share this. I can bring myself to and share this medicine. And I was also insecure about that at the beginning, as I think many people are when they are going to share something new or to teach or to be offering an experience that they're new with. However, I did have such a rich experience in the shamanic training overall that I felt very connected with the space of ceremony. And I was telling all of this, how I felt about cacao and about my experience, with one of my dear friends, Jack. And Jack and I and Hannah, his partner, were working on his yoga school called Happy Jack Yoga. And I was facilitating workshops and trainings with them and building their yoga school. And I was telling about this. He says, well, do you want to give a cacao ceremony at the training? And at first I was a little nervous, but I was like, yes, I really, really do. And I did. I got the cacao. I got it from you. And we were actually in Spain for that training. And I remember it was my first cacao ceremony. And it was just a humble holding space and letting the medicine, like trusting that I'm not getting out of my way and letting the medicine take care of the experience and holding other people in the experience as well, and just being very open to holding space in ceremony. And then that went really, really well, and the feedback was beautiful. And I felt like this is a wonderful experience to continue sharing. And honestly, cacao has been one of those things that I haven't really pushed myself, but have been invited at the yoga trainings, and then also wanted to share more cacao with others. And so the ceremonies just kept going slowly and steadily over the years in different countries and different places. So it's been a beautiful medicine to share. And then finally you guys did a proper training with cacao. And then I was I was there 100%. And I love deepening my experience with it. And I also went to Guatemala, to Lake Atitlan. And that is very interesting because I was at a point where I was considering how much energy would I put into giving the ceremonies. And the ceremony there completely reignited my passion for sharing cacao, because it's very strong, it's very abundant there. And the idea, being in community, it comes back to this circle, to sit and be in circle where everybody is equal and everybody is sharing their experience, is the most powerful transformational tool I know. And then inviting in cacao, such a loving being, into this, so we can really feel this sense of love and forgiveness and everything that needs to fall away for us to feel even more connected.
That's very interesting, because I also fell in love with cacao in Lake Atitlan 12 years ago.
Oh, wow. And
I didn't even go to a ceremony. I didn't even meet anyone who did that. I just went to the cacao farm and worked a little bit there and learned, the ways of cacao. And I came back to Monterrey and I wanted to do chocolate. No, that's I love chocolate. I've always loved it since I was a child. So now I understood the process. No. So I wanted to do that, and then I was already in a ceremonial path. So many years back, it just connected very naturally, very intuitively, and organically. Just connected when I was with Michelle. I wanted to touch upon two very important aspects that you mentioned. That is the circle, which is so important in community, being a horizontal space instead of a hierarchical structure. because I think what we've evolved as society is for a hierarchical society where there's someone telling other people what to do, or governing over other people. And I think as community is about sharing a space where we can all learn from each other, and a facilitator has to have that second thing that you mentioned, that is being able to listen and be a channel for the medicine, and be humble, not be about what you want, but what the medicine is asking you and what the people are needing at that moment.
Yes, like a channel for the whole circle. I feel like that a lot of the time. Like
so much.
I was thinking here, I was like telling with my voice a meditation, but actually I was channeling all of you.
Yeah. I've never thought about it that way. That's it though. That's part of it. Yeah. I laugh about all the times. I always have like some themes and intentions and practices that I am prepared to deliver, or that I feel like this is what I'm feeling to deliver. And almost every time it's completely different in the moment. And I love that, because it's pure co-creation, and it's being with the energy of the group and allowing that to come through.
And sometimes when we are co-facilitating, so that's like another flow. Yeah. And it's really funny, because sometimes it's like, hey, we are not doing at all what we, growth and said and started, whatever. But it's like,
go with the flow.
The group is asking for something else. So that is like a really deep teaching about letting go of control.
Yes.
And just trusting, which is like a base for me of what community is, or how can a community work. Letting go of control and trusting, like in all the voices, in diversity, constantly changing, because like the weather, or it's constantly changing everything.
I so agree with that. And that is like, that's a fruit, that's this ability to let go of control, because I've shared space a lot and co-facilitated a lot. And early when I was starting, I felt like a lot of difficulty with that, and a lot of need to control, and a lot of insecurity around, okay, now what? Instead of being able to flow, like I had to have it figured out, instead of being open to co-creation. And I'm so grateful that the medicine, like it works, and it keeps showing up, and it works. And I've learned this lesson so much better, and it's, for me, it's a benefit, because I'm much more relaxed, and it becomes more fun and more creative for everybody. And also, one thing that I'm very profoundly touched by recently within community, and this is a broader community that I'm connected with, and one that I visit often. It's a small town in Ireland, and I go and visit, and they're very connected with nature, with their food as well. And something that really is enriching about the community aspect is, every time I go there, there's something I feel like I can plug in immediately. And I think that's the humble circle as well, is that everybody gets to contribute, and everybody feels safe to contribute. And it's like being able to contribute makes community more rich. It's like the better, the deeper part of it. Oh, he's so sweet.
He wants to contribute,
Yes,
to our life.
Aru.
Yes, of course, because actually, even if we are in a circle, I have found out, if someone in the circle is still like in this state of, you tell me what to do, you are the facilitator, I give you my power, so you kill me.
Yes,
we've had that many times. You guys will kill me. It's like, what?
No.
And and that's also, it's like, so it's we feel the need to keep remembering the circle that we are co-creating. So that is what you said. It is really profound for me. Like, if they feel like they can contribute, if they feel that they are a co-creator of this, the energy of the whole circle changes. It's so different. They feel like singing. It's like, oh, okay, you sing to me and I'm here, which is also really nice. But when they sing, it's when we sing in a circle, it's explosion of love.
I tell you, the invitation between you and Carlos and Maria to sing together, the medicine songs that you made accessible by putting them in English, Carlos, or bringing them to us in English so that we could sing them, that was an incredible medicine for me that I never foresaw. Like, I never foresaw. And even it's fascinating to review in my mind how at first I wasn't so connected with it, but every time I would spend the extra energy to get over the stumbling over words and to actually sing with everyone, how good it felt to sing. And it's also making whatever we're presenting accessible too, because it's beautiful. Like, you guys are such talented musicians. It's also really awesome to be holding space with music, and that allows us to go very deep in our process as well. And then this, like, the co-creation of singing together, just how good it feels to be singing together is so good.
Even though, like, you said, like, there's a part usually, especially in our ceremonies, where we are giving we are singing, so we're providing let's say the ambience, or for the time space for things to awaken, but really the emotional processes that each person goes through contributes to the energy of the moment, and it can sometimes change radically. Like, if someone starts to cry, it affects someone else and it awakens memory, or even, Arum making noises, it awakens memories in people from their own childhood, or from their own children or nephews or whatever. And so each person is key for the process of each other person, even if it's not on a conscious level. But then, in a participation, an active participation, when everyone's singing or dancing, whenever the part of the ceremony is, then that active participation also obviously more tangibly influences and changes the flow of the ceremony in a very powerful way. So we don't, even if we're not aware, just by being there, we're already in a way affecting. Just by sitting next to a person, or a person sitting is already affecting. And I wouldn't call it positively or negatively. It's just influencing.
It's already co-creating.
And it's like we just get into the state of consciousness that we are all influencing each other, because that is happening all the time.
Always.
That's something I also like to remember, that with our neighbors, with the plants, the trees that are here in front, maybe it's not in your house, but they are in front or in the same building, I don't know. We are all influencing each other, but sometimes it's unconscious. So when we are in circle and we see this, like, the next person of me is crying, so I feel something, maybe I want to cry too, or I want to laugh, I don't know, but we are influencing each other, and it's just bringing into consciousness, into light, that this is happening all the time. Like, we are mycelium. It's also always my
even aside.
Oh, and yes, and also it's like it's the controller, right? It's like that part of us that wants to control, that disrupts that magic of being an influence, right? And so this, however much I can and we can provide space for the allowance of everything to be, is facilitating this co-creation, this coming together all at once.
Jeff, last minutes, can you share with us if this training, how has ExpansiveArt expanded you in this knowledge of community, or in the way you facilitate ceremonies? Can you share with us something?
Yeah, because your story is particularly interesting, because you're, I think, the only one who was giving ceremonies even before taking the training. So yeah, that's interesting.
Well, of course, I wanted to go deeper with you guys. I mean, my teachers and the fact that you brought cacao into my world and continued. I mean, I've been to many of your cacao ceremonies even before the training. We did the training together, and the way you guys at that point, I was also paying attention to space holding. Like, I'm very interested in the ways we can hold space and the ways that space, like a community, we can bring together community and hold space in a dynamic and powerful way that is nurturing and healing and for the good of everyone, and for the just what are the beautiful ways that we can do that. And learning more about, so I love the theory aspect of the course, learning more about cacao, because some people really would like to hear that and learn about that too. So it's great to have that information and have it from very much from a authentic source, because that's something that's really special, is authenticity and being able, being in the field of community in Atitlan in Guatemala, where it feels very authentic, the sharing of cacao there, and being connected with you and the sharing, and also like the traditions from Mexico and how authentic that is really important to me to be connected with that, because I feel that I get to share it from a deeper place as well. And also the beautiful people that come together for the trainings with this intention. This is another thing about community, is that we find community when we start to trust ourselves, when we start to trust our heart, right? We were talking about that. And this is for us, for leaders in the community, to bring together amazing people. Like, I know I have forged wonderful connections through that experience. And I also see more people doing beautiful work in the world, because that's the bigger mission. That's like we are all a community ultimately. And in remembering that and having more people inspired and empowered you guys are very empowering, very inspiring to support us, to let us be in our process. As when you are facilitators and you're giving the course, I felt so much freedom in my, just who I am, allowed. And that's the greatest gift in my opinion, any leader gets to give, any facilitator gets to give, is this allowance to be who you are to the others, to everyone. And so I felt that, and I feel that is one of the most special qualities, that people can then feel they have it within them to share this medicine and to share their medicine, their unique medicine, to be connected with their gifts. And then I just see this, the more people that are sharing that and doing that from that place, it gets really into my heart. Like, I get emotional about it, because this is the shift that humanity, like, it's really special to be a part of it.
I love
really
that
grateful.
You are sharing this vision. Yes, it's vibrating in my heart, resonating
so much,
so profound. I also get emotional when I have been like in deep ceremonies, when I'm like fifth dimension, and I'm just seeing, sensing, savoring this vision, every single human just sharing their gifts, sharing from their heart, sharing authenticity. No more like competition, or like, no, you're better than me, no, you're worse than me. It's just like, oh, you also paint, oh, let's paint together, like,
yes.
It is, it feels so warming to the heart and the soul, and so possible. I feel like in every circle we are giving, in every training we are giving, it's like planting these seeds for this vision to manifest. So yes. I'm so glad that we are sharing this vision.
Yes. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Jeff, for your time, for your presence, for sharing with us in so many ways.
I love you guys so much.
I love you.
I love you, Arum. I saw you when you were 2 days old. You'll remember that in your deep subconscious.
Any last thing you want to share? Maybe your handles, or where can people find you as well?
Oh, right. If you're watching on YouTube, JEFE_AF. And Jefe Living is the platform and the website for me.
Nice.
And you know what, Jefe, I don't know if you guys know this. My friends, so Jefe, in Spanish, we know means boss or leader.
Chief.
And my friends in university started calling me Jefe, and I didn't know what it meant. And I thought it was just like a Spanish way of saying Jeff. Jefe, because my name is Jeff, real name is Jeff. And then other friends in like a different, a different place also started calling me Jefe, weren't connected. And then like 2 years later, I decided to make an Instagram because I had Jefe, and then I wanted it to be like representative of me authentically, AF. And then I find out that Jefe means boss in Spanish. But I love this because for me, it has taken on a broader meaning of taking responsibility for my existence and for my life and my perceptions and my points of view, so that I can be in my power and be as authentic as I can. So that's what it represents for me. And that's also what I want to hold space for in the world.
Nice. Also, for our YouTube and Instagram community, we are starting 4th generation of ExpansivArt now. So welcome, you can join. This time it's gonna be full English mode. So we start August 15th. If you feel called, if you have any questions, just reach out to us. We are really happy to hear from you, to guide you, to facilitate this magic. So thank you. We are here.
That's 2 weeks from now. And it's amazing. I highly recommend it. It's one of the best trainings I've done. And these two are magicians, and I love them so much. And maybe I come and visit.
Yes, please.
Yes. Oh, you get our room medicine too.
Yes.
Good.
That's some really deep medicine.
Yeah.
play medicine.
Yes.
Oh, thank you, Jeff. Have a really
nice day. Love you guys.
Day.
You too. Bye-bye.
YouTube, Instagram. Bye. Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Yeah, thank you for watching.